lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. So as you can see from the title of today's video, we're going to be reacting to All Day by RM featuring Tablo, which already is super exciting to me. I haven't heard too much when it comes to Tablo, but I've heard one or two features from him on songs before, so I already know this is going to be absolutely incredible because these two together I feel like it's just going to be amazing. But before we do get into the video, if you guys are new to the channel, well, welcome and thank you for joining. Make sure you click on that subscribe button down below to stay up to date with what I post on this channel. And while you're at it, why not leave a little like on this video as well? It really does help me to see what you're enjoying watching so I can keep on making more videos like this. But with all that being said, I just can't wait to get into this one. So, let's go. Ooh. I love this vibe already.
Okay. 요즘 광고는 똑같아. 일단은 즐겨라 내 맘대로. 멋진 옷을 입은 멋진 춤추는 이들 밖은 몸치가 더 많네. 그저 습관이된 I don't care. 알지 그런 놈들이 더 두께요. 사실 몸은 아무것도 아니야. 막 믿어 무지 그래 내가 날 모르네.
Do you know what? I love RM so much, especially when it comes to his music as well. Like, everything about his music and everything he creates, it always has such a strong and powerful message. And I feel like already just hitting off from the bat, he is literally just saying, you know, we have all these commercials out there these days, all these people showcasing what these stereotypical bodies should be like, what these stereotypical people should be like, how we should be acting, the way to live, you know, what is expected of us. But it's like, ultimately, there is more to us than just what people expect. There is more to us than just these stereotypes, you know? We are all real human beings with real feelings, but what we get fed upon within media is almost like this unachievable, unattainable perspective of what people expect from life and from people and from who we are as individuals. And it's just like, that just isn't the case. Not every single person is going to be able to fit the same bill as somebody else's, you know? Whatever way that may be, whether that is with our body, whether that is with the way that we talk, the way we act, the way we, you know, choose to portray ourselves. Like, we're all different, we're all diverse people, we all have different minds and different abilities, and it's just like, we're all unique, so why can't we appreciate that? Number one, I feel like that is a phenomenal message. I really appreciate as well how he's saying in this song, you know, it's not necessarily the body that is the issue, it's not the outside of a person that is the issue, it's the mind. The mind is the thing that really does take control over what we choose to show of ourselves, what we choose to advertise upon ourselves, and what we choose to promote. And I think that, you know, the negative impact of people's mindsets and their ideas and the ideologies of stereotypes and really relaying that among society is the issue. Like he's saying, you know, it is definitely a problem. And I think that just for RM, really in his music, expressing such important topics of conversation that I think other artists may sometimes shy away from is so respectable and so admirable. And I love how he isn't afraid to voice his opinion and just say it as it is, because what he is saying is fact. Like, we all see it, we all know it, but we don't necessarily always choose to voice that opinion. But RM's literally utilising his music and his artistry to be able to be the voice for people who feel voiceless in that situation. I think that is so incredible.
사실 몸은 아무것도 아니야. 막 믿어 무지 그래 내가 날 모르네. 꺼져 인공지능 fuck the algorithm. 사색이 필요해 fuck all the rhythm. 사유활동을 안 주는 내 바이오리듬 언제쯤 써보게 될까 나만의 시는 살아나.
When will I write my own poem? And that is something that I feel like is a really impactful statement, you know? It is just like, we have so many things that speak for us. We have so many things now that can tell us the answer to these questions before we even have the ability to figure out the answer for ourselves. We're so dependent and rely so much upon, you know, things always being there now with technology and all of these different algorithms and AI and all these different things to really relay that message for us. But it's like, what about who we are? What about how our minds actually think? What about the way in which we choose to, you know, view ourselves? When am I going to be able to actually voice my own opinion and have my voice be heard in the way that it should be? When am I going to be able to really be myself and have that be appreciated and respected among people, and not always be expected to live up to these expectations that are so out of this world, unbelievably unreachable, that it's like crazy to even think of them being a possibility. It's like, all of these different worlds coming together in this one song, you know, really just saying we've almost forgotten what humanity is. We've forgotten what we're meant to be as a society, you know. We're so stuck among media and social media and all of these different new and exciting technologies that people keep on coming up with. And yes, they're creative and innovative and they can be helpful if they are chosen to be used in the correct way, but we're so prone now to having all these technologies. We have the advanced technology at our fingertips that it's like we almost rely too much upon it to really live our lives.
사유활동을 안 주는 내 바이오리듬 언제쯤 써보게 될까 나만의 시는 살아남느라 잊혀진 dream에 너도 한낱쯤 별이 돼버린 묻혀진 뭔가를 찾고 있다면 Honey it tastes like me.
Hey.
Okay, okay. I'm digging all day.
I just love as well how he's saying, I think that sometimes we do have to sort of ground ourselves and come back to earth and really just be like, who are we? Like at the be and end all of everything, when, you know, each day comes and goes, who am I? And I think that's a question that so many of us are sometimes too afraid to ask ourselves, because it is almost like sometimes we do get a little bit shaped by our surroundings and shaped by the things that really are impacting our lives, whether that is something that's impacting our lives, you know, with our cognitive knowledge of us feeling and seeing, or whether that is sometimes a subconscious thing. And I think him just saying, like, within everything, sometimes maybe take a second to really just reflect on yourself, reflect on who you are and what you want from life, and be able to live your dream in the way that you want to, and not always feel this pressure from other people and from these stereotypes that really do sometimes have such a great impact on your life and sometimes such a negative impact on your life. This song is really thought-provoking, and I love that about RM's music. I really love how you just always go away from listening to a song from RM with like such a new perspective on something, and also just like a bit of enlightenment as well. Folds it like origami. Oh my gosh. That lyric though, they want you in fear. I feel like that is, again, it's such an impactful line, because I feel like that is almost, well, not almost, it is sort of a reality, isn't it? You know, we're all sometimes so fearful of so many different things. We have all of these different worries because of everything that goes on within the world, that it's like, that is why we are so dependent on the things we are dependent on when it comes to technology and media and all of these different things, you know, that we rely upon. It's like, we rely upon those things based off of a sense of, in some ways, fear and anxiety and worry and stress and the unpredictable nature of life and the unknowns. It's like all of these things that I feel like society knows that we are afraid of, they utilize in a way to almost combat your feelings and emotions within that, so that even though you're fearful and anxious, they almost provide you with the things that comfort that, because they know that if they take that away, that anxiety and that fear comes back around again. You know, it's just like this constant cycle in life, isn't it? And I think that that is a really like impactful statement right there.
they want you in fear. They got 생각을 말해 어서 접어 origami. They got you by your balls and your social economics. That's big facts. 특색을 밟아버린 think tanks. 식어버린 게 내 impact. 더 컴퓨터 지표. 네 인생은 big match. Burn it up.
Oh, your life is a big, what was that, match? So set a bigger fire. Like, you are the one who can ignite that fire within yourself. You have the ability to take control over your own destiny, your own fate, your own, you know, dreams and life. And sometimes, even though it feels like you are expected and pressurized into living maybe a certain way because that's what everybody else is doing, it's like, sometimes maybe think to yourself, I'm going to be an individual in this, and I'm going to set myself aside from other people, and I'm going to spark my own creative, you know, endeavor. I'm going to spark my own light upon this world in a way that's completely different to anybody else, because I don't want to necessarily follow in the same footsteps as every other person. I want to be different, you know? I don't want to get sucked into that world of just sticking to what people want from me, because that's not who I am. At the end of everything, if I do that, then I'm losing part of myself, you know?
시그 버린 게 내 impact 더 큰 불을 지펴 네 인생은 big match burn it up 뭘 겁이 나 get your ass off the bench start warming up we gotta fight when they say behave
Sorry, we gotta fight when they say behave. We got dynamite in our DNA. Number one, love the little throwback to Dynamite there, I feel like, and DNA, of course, both songs phenomenal. But I really love that lyric. We gotta fight when they say behave. Like, we can't just succumb to all of these rules and regulations and things that we see are wrong. We see are almost like trying to fit us into a box, are trying to really reform us into what everybody else is wanting, but not what is best for us as individuals and human beings, you know? We have to sometimes fight back and say, actually, I don't necessarily think this is the right way that we should be heading in life. And I do think that as time is going on, the more that we are almost having to follow in rhythm to what the world expects of us, what societies expect of us, it is definitely a dangerous territory that we're entering into, especially now with like a new generation coming in. It's like with all this technology and everything that's happening, it really is altering the new generation's world in such a way that it's like worrying for their knowledge of individuality and being able to think for themselves, you know, not have everything be there for you to constantly relay you all of the answers, because it is like all you need is a phone or a laptop or any sort of device and you can find the answer to any situation, anything you need in life without even having to think about it. And like that is really wild to think about, that creativity and that knowledge and power within your own mind. It's almost like it's diminished as society continues to progress even more so into having this technology, you know? It's all, this song is genuinely sending me onto a spiral. I feel like I'm really just getting in deep to the meaning and the message of this song, but you can't help but do that with RM's music because it is just so expansive in terms of the thought of reality, you know?
The bench start warming up we gotta fight when they say behave I'ma be okay I'ma be that way 눈 부릅뜨고 알아서 잘 지낼게 haters 어서 눈 감아 내 인생 꼴 보기 싫으면
I love that.
일은 눈 뜨고 보기 힘들어 you feel me? I'm fighting all day Get out of my way I'm living my way all day
This little rhythm and beat we've got going on, I love it. I just love that. Live your life. Like, don't live your life for anybody else. Don't live your life to follow the footsteps of other people or to follow other people's rules and guidance, you know, as to who you should be or what mark you should make on the world. Like, that should be decided by you. You are your own person. You are your own individual. And don't let anybody else make you think any differently. And I love that lyric where they were like, haters, close your eyes. You know, if you don't want to be seeing me happy and living my life as me, if you're not going to accept me and appreciate me for who I am, then close your eyes ultimately, because you don't need to be seeing my world. If you're not going to be able to respect me and who I am, then why are you even watching, you know? I love that lyric so much. I think them just saying, you know, open your eyes wide, just have that perspective within yourself. Always know that you can see the world from an even greater image if you really do just open your eyes to everything that's going on around you. You know, don't just silently walk along this path of life, just almost conforming to what is being said and what is being done and the way that you're being treated. You know, make sure you're keeping your wits about you and keeping your eyes open in every scenario.
잔인한 세상에 오늘을 비우는 것 같을까 세상이 뭐라고 말해도
Little claps in the beat.
You gotta believe it You gotta believe it You gotta believe it You gotta be dreaming You gotta believe it You gotta be feeling We know we fly all
That was absolutely incredible. And just ending out there with that, you know, you've got to be living, you've got to be dreaming, you've got to be feeling. I think that's such a big thing, isn't it? Like, with everything the way that it's going, it does almost feel like we're sort of losing aspects of ourselves as human beings, you know, losing parts of our emotions sometimes and parts of our own mind and being able to think and be innovative and creative. So it's like, just don't lose sight of who you are. Don't lose touch of what is important to you in life, you know. Make sure that you still keep in thinking and dreaming and just living life in the way that you want to, because we don't want to live in a world where we all are just the same people walking the same life just because that's what is really being, you know, pushed upon us. You want to make sure that you're different. You want to make sure that you're living the life you want to live and not just living for somebody else. This song is really powerful. I love this collab. Tablo was a great addition to this song. Absolutely loved this collab so much. I am loving hearing more from RM. So if you have any other recommendations, let me know in the comments. But honestly, I just love this song. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching along this video with me. If you did, like I said, make sure you click on that subscribe button down below to stay up to date with what I post on this channel. And while you're at it, why not leave a little like on this video as well? It really does help me to see what you're enjoying watching so I can keep on making more videos like this. But with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a wonderful day and I will see you in the next video.